Hello and welcome to the second to last episode of this series. Now you might be seeing that everything is already done, and that is because I thought, I could probably read it a lot better with a lot less mess ups if I just read all of it first, then record the video. Anyways, if you did not see the last video, then click off right now because there will be spoilers. Anyways, in the last video, the winners were Red Growth and Fridge. I finally won in episode 11 of my series. Anyways, contestants this time are Doc, Axel, Court, Jacob, Leia, Winter, Nero, Minimum Wage, Chess Queens, Gi-hung, Yogai, Nothing, Alex Bateman, My Minecraft Skin, Michael Afton, Harry Osborn, Owen Kenobi, Zitor, Iberian Peninsula, Red Island, Hugh Jackman, Cassian, and our two new contestants. We have Coke versus Pepsi to see which is better, so whichever one makes it further in these two games is the better one. Anyways, in this episode, I actually don't want Alex Playman to win, and that's because there is someone who needs to win so I can continue to put him in the thumbnail, and that's Michael Afton. So Michael Afton, please win this for me so I can put you in the thumbnail of the finale. Anyways, as the tribute stand at the podium, the horn sounds. Pepsi runs away from the cornucopia. Doc finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. Coke runs away from the cornucopia. Both Pepsi and Coke are doing the exact same thing. Alex Playman takes a spear from inside the cornucopia. Hugh Jackman runs away from the cornucopia. Zitor runs into the cornucopia and hides. Colt runs away from the cornucopia. Tom, Harry, and Nero work together to get as much supplies as possible. These three have made an alliance. Will it last? Maybe. Not going to spoil anything, because I know the answer. Michael runs away from the cornucopia. Yogai does the same. Same with Red Island. Obi-Wan snatches a pair of sais. Leia runs away from the cornucopia. Axel takes a handful of throwing knives. Jacob severely slices nothing with a sword. He just went at the air with a sword and just started slicing it because there's nothing there. Chess Queens runs away from the cornucopia. Cassian also runs away from the cornucopia. And my Minecraft skin runs into the cornucopia and hides. Gi-hung runs away from the cornucopia. Winter gathers as much food as she can. Iberian Peninsula gathers as much food as she can. Day 1. Coke explores the arena. Axel receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. My Minecraft skin diverts Pepsi's attention and runs away. Hugh Jackman makes a wooden spear. Gi-hung receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Red Island, Doc, and Jacob hunt for the tributes. Michael makes a slingshot. Cassian receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Tom injures himself. These four hunt for the tributes. Chess Queens begs for Winter to kill her. She refuses, keeping Chess Queens alive. I don't know why you would keep Chess Queens alive. It was something that got put in here because I had no ideas. Colt tends to Leia's wounds. Obi-Wan and Yogai work together for the day. Alex Bateman sees smoke rise in the distance but decides not to investigate. One cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Nothing is dead. Harry looks at the night sky. Cassian convinces my Minecraft skin to snuggle with him. Red Island receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Doc defeats Winter in a fight but spares her life. Yogai attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Coke cooks his food before putting his fire out. Jacob goes to sleep. Axel kills Obi-Wan for his supplies. Alex Brightman receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Iberian Peninsula is unable to start a fire and sleeps out warmth. Leia attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Chess Queens sets an explosive off, killing Nero. Tom, Michael, and Gi-hung cheerfully sing songs together. Colt and Zitor talk about the tribute still alive. Pepsi destroys Hugh Jackman's supplies while he is sleeping. Who was Nero's allies again? That is in the leaping... Not the leaping, the bloodbath. Harry and Tom. So Harry and Tom are going to have to avenge him. Wait, what day were we on? Day 2, I think? Wait. Was it night 1? Yeah, it was night 1. Anyways, let's see what Tom and Harry will do to Chess Queen now that Chess Queens has killed their ally. Chess Queens Doc and Winter hunt for the tributes. Pepsi and Iberian Peninsula hunt for the tributes. Gi-hung sprains his ankle while lying away from Colt. Cassian injures himself. Michael questions his sanity. Red Island camouflages herself in the bushes. Coke sees smoke rise in the distance but decides not to investigate. Jacob sprains his ankle while lying away from Harry. My Minecraft skin receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Hugh Jackman sprains his ankle while lying away from Alex Brightman. One of the actors is chasing after the other actor. Axel, Tom, Yellow Guy, Zito, and Leia hunt for the tributes. Tom is specifically trying to find chess queens. And Jacob is playing Dead by Daylight again. Yellow Guy, Abian Peninsula, Harry, and Zito tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Winter is awoken by the nightmares. Hoke, Michael, and Jacob sleep in shifts. Axel falls into a frozen lake and drowns. Axel is possessed by Styx and falls into something, and that's how she dies. Red Island passes out from exhaustion. Tom cooks his food before putting his fire out. Gi-hung sets up camp for the night. Cassian loses sight of where he is. Doc starts a fire. Pepsi receives medical supplies from an unknown spot. Actually, I'll make sure that I was actually recording this. Okay, I was. I did not want that to happen again. Hugh Jackman, my Minecraft skin, and Colt and Leia tell each other ghost stories right in the mood. Wait, yes, I was. So I really don't want that to happen again. That happened twice last time. Chess Queens receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. And Alex Payman receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Maybe it was the same person. Maybe they want these two to get to the final two. Maybe these are the two they want to, one of these two to win, so they're saying both of them food. Anyways, Cassian dies from hypothermia. Michael begs for Oak to kill him. He refuses, keeping Michael alive. Oh, also, that was actually a lie. I know who sent, Alex Brightman the food, and, it was not the same person as, Chess Queens, because I sent it to Alex Brightman. I was the unknown sponsor for Alex Brightman. I have no idea who it was for Chess Queens. Maybe it was Chess Kings. Harry questions his sanity. Colt hunts for the tributes. Chess Queens receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Hugh Jackman falls into a frozen lake and drowns. Styx is just possessing multiple people this time. He possessed Axel and Hugh Jackman to make them both fall into things and die from that. Pepsi receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Doc goes hunting. Zito explores the arena. My Minecraft skin chases Jacob. Ibim Peninsula receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Red Island, Yellow Guy, Alex Brightman, Tom, and Winter hunt for the tributes. Leia receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor, and Gi-hung travels to higher ground. Axel, Cassian, and Hugh Jackman have all died. Tom and Harry tell stories about themselves to each other. Alex Brightman convinces Gi-hung to snuggle with him. Colt tends to his wounds. Doc, Iberian Peninsula, and Chess Queens sleep in shifts. My Minecraft skin screams for help. Zito receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Yellow Guy, Pepsi, Coke, Leia, and Michael sleep in shifts. Pepsi and Coke put their rivalry against them. Put their rivalry with each other to the side. For this night. Also, Tom and Harry are telling stories about themselves to each other, so I guess the alliance is still here, even though one of the members is dead. So that alliance has lasted so far, and they're both trying to kill Chess Queens to get to avenge Nero now. That is a lore that I'm making up. I can make up a lore for this if I want to. Winter defeats Jacob in a fight but spares his life. Yes, that says Iberian Peninsula. That totally says that, no. Red Island questions her sanity. Doc scares Tom off. My Minecraft skin receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Gi-hung attacks Leia, but she manages to escape. Jacob defeats Yao Guy in a fight but spares his life. Iberian Peninsula sees smoke rise in the distance but decides not to investigate. Winter begs for Chess Queens to kill her. She refuses, keeping Winter alive. Harry, Coke, and Red Island hunt for the tributes. Michael sprains his ankle while running away from Pepsi. Alex Brightman thinks about home. Colt sprains his ankle while running away from Zito. Anyways, no one died that day. Night 4, Zito thinks about home. Alex Brightman convinces Jacob to snuggle with him. Yellow Guy begs for Colt to kill him. He refuses, keeping Yellow Guy alive. Red Island receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Also, Colt, Axo is going to be mad at you for letting Yellow Guy live. Doc thinks about winning. Iberian Peninsula sets up camp for the night. Pepsi lets my Minecraft skin into his shelter. Lyle receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Harry quietly hums. Tom tries to eat his infection. Yi-Hung tries to sing himself to sleep. Winter and Coke run into each other and decide to choose for the night. Chess Queens starts a fire. Michael starts a fire. Placide starts a fire. Of course Michael is starting a fire. Alex Bateman attempts to climb a tree, but falls to his death. Rest in peace, Alex Bateman. I might not have been rooting for you to win this game, but I was still hoping you would make it close to the end. But no, you only made it to day 5 out of 14 days. Tom steals from Doc while he isn't looking. Iberian Peninsula camouflages herself in the bushes. Michael, Zito, Coke, and Leia hunt for the tributes. Harry spins his ankle while running away from Red Island. Pepsi fishes. Chess Queens receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Yi-Hun, my Minecraft skin. Yellow Guy, Winter, and Colt hunt for the tributes. Jacob travels to higher ground. It's over! Jacob has the high ground! Alex Bateman is dead. Rest in peace. So is Jacob being possessed by the ghost of Obi-Wan, and that's why he went to higher ground? I think so. Gi-Hung, Yao Guy, and Doc sweeping shifts. Colt, Coke, and Pepsi sweeping shifts. Why is Coke and Pepsi in some alliance? They were just done being enemies and now they're friends. Why? When is one of them going to turn on the other one? Leia sets up camp for the night. Red Island cries herself to sleep. Jacob receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Chess Queens tries to anchor herself to sleep. My Minecraft skin, Winter, Tom, and Harry tell each other ghost stories while in the mood. So my Minecraft skin and Winter are now in this alliance. And now they also want Chess Queens dead. Zito tries to treat his infection. Iberian Peninsula receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Michael questions his sanity. Doc and Iberian Peninsula work together to drown Harry, so I guess these two are also now an enemy of the alliance that was made. Colt and Chess Queens work together for the day, so is there some new alliance between Doc, Iberian Peninsula, Colt, and Chess Queens now? I think so. Leia thinks about home. Red Island overhears Pepsi and Zito talking in the distance. Winter fishes. My Minecraft skin and Gi-Hung split up to search for resources. So I guess Gi-Hung is also now in the alliance with Winter, my Minecraft skin, and Tom. Until Tom makes the house that makes the shelter that the alliance has fly away, which would then make it so the rest of the alliance turns on him. That's what I think is going to happen. Michael questions his sanity. Coke goes hunting. Cocaine goes hunting. I should have made Coca-Cola's nickname Cocaine. Yellow Guy defeats Jacob in a fight but spares his life, and Tom receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. An arena event. Wolf Mutts are let loose in the arena. Pepsi survives. As Chess Queens and Leia fight, a pack of Wolf Mutts slowly shows up and kills them both. Tom will be happy about that. Now Tom just needs to kill Doc and Iberian Peninsula. Yellow Guy survives. As Coke and Tom fight, a pack of Wolf Mutts shows up and kills both of them. Well, never mind. Tom is dead. But my Minecraft skin survives, and he's in that alliance, so he might kill Doc and Iberian Peninsula. Doc survives. Michael survives. Colt survives. Yi-Hung is eaten by Wolf Mutts. Winter pushes Zito into a pack of Wolf Mutts. Iberian Peninsula survives. Jacob pushes Red Island into a pack of Wolf Mutts. It can shots Harry, Chess Queens, Leia, Coke, Tom, Yi-Hung, Zito, and Red Island, which makes me and Winter the only two members left of that alliance. Or my Minecraft skin Winter to be specific. Winter thinks about winning. Michael goes to sleep. Doc betrays Iberian Peninsula, throwing a knife into Iberian Peninsula's chest. So Doc also betrayed Chess Queens and Colt, or actually, Chess Queens is dead. But wait, let me go back. Feeling event. Okay, no, it would have been better if, let's switch it. So actually, Chess Queens and Tom were fighting, and Coke and Leia were fighting. Also, this means that Pepsi lasted longer than Coke, which makes it so, at least at the moment, Pepsi is better than Coke, but there will be a second game, so. Anyways, it is now me. I've changed it so it was actually Chess Queens and Tom fighting, and Coke and Leia fighting. Anyways, where was I? My Minecraft skin goes to sleep. Jacob loses sight of where he is. Pepsi tries to treat his infection, and Colt tends to yell guy's wounds. Colt, with one of his allies betraying and the other two dead, decides to start a new alliance with Yell Guy, who he spared earlier. The feast. Pepsi decides not to go to the feast. My Minecraft skin decides not to go to the feast. Doc decides not to go to the feast. Jacob decides not to go to the feast. Colt, Winter, Yell Guy, and Michael team up to gather as much supplies what happens in memories. So, are these four now in alliance? In that case, my Minecraft's going to be in that alliance. So now there's an alliance of 5 of the 8 remaining until they betray each other, which is incredibly likely with the fact there's only 8 remaining. My Minecraft skin discovers a cave. Jacob receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Doc injures himself. Colt camouflages himself in the bushes. Yagai thinks about home. Michael explores the arena. Pepsi receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. And Winter thinks about home. Iberian Peninsula is dead. Jacob begs for Winter to kill him. She refuses, keeping Jacob alive. Colt thinks about winning. Michael destroys my Minecraft skin's supplies while he is asleep. Pepsi convinces Doc to snuggle with him, and Yell Guy attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Colt receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Michael tends to Jacob's wounds. Pepsi discovers a liver. Yell Guy sprains his ankle while running away from Doc. My Minecraft skin picks flowers. Winter receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Jacob and Colt tell stories about themselves to each other. Michael, Pepsi, Yell Guy, and Winter sleep in shifts, so everyone seems to be peaceful with each other. Never mind, my Minecraft skin is destroying Doc's supplies while he is asleep, so everyone except my Minecraft skin and Doc seem to all be peaceful with each other. Actually, there's probably some hatred between Colt and Doc since they were in an alliance, but Doc betrayed the alliance and killed one of the members, so. My Minecraft skin is picked by thorns while picking berries. Colt practices his archery. Winter, Pepsi, Doc, and Michael hunt for other tributes, and Yell Guy runs away from Jacob. So I guess that Yell Guy and Jacob now have something against each other, which might mean that Jacob and Doc make an alliance against Colt and Yell Guy's alliance. But no one died. My Minecraft skin climbs a tree to rest. Colt tends to Pepsi's wounds. Yell Guy receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Jacob thinks about winning. Winter is awoken by nightmares. Michael tends to his wounds. And Doc dies from hypothermia. Jacob also plays dead by daylight. Pepsi tends to Michael's wounds. Yell Guy camouflages himself in the bushes. My Minecraft skin ambushes Jacob and kills him. My Minecraft skin saw that Jacob was busy playing Dead by Daylight, and while he was distracted playing Dead by Daylight, my Minecraft skin killed him. That's what happened. Winter makes a slingshot. Colt constructs a shack. Doc and Jacob are dead. Colt tends to Yell Guy's wounds. Michael sets up camp for the night. My Minecraft skin is awoken by nightmares. Pepsi and Winter huddle for warmth. My Minecraft skin scares Michael off. Winter and Pepsi hunt for the tree. I have a question. How would anyone be scared of this Minecraft skin? Explain that to me. Yell Guy attacks Colt, betraying their alliance, but Colt manages to escape. Colt will remember that. Colt tends to Winter's wounds. Michael is awoken by nightmares. Yell Guy and my Minecraft skin huddle for warmth. Pepsi cooks his food before putting his fire out. Also, wait. So, after Colt spared Yellow Guy, later on, Yellow Guy tries to kill him. That's funny. Pepsi tries higher ground. Colt accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it next to Yellow Guy's house. It blew up Yellow Guy's house, but Yellow Guy was not there, so Anyways, Yellow Guy is pricked by thorns while picking berries. My Minecraft skin is using explosive from an unknown sponsor. Winter begs for Michael to kill her. He refuses, keeping Winter alive. Arena event. Pepsi survives. Winter survives. Michael defeats my Minecraft skin, but throws him into the water and makes sure he dies. You know, maybe if that was my Minecraft skin was replaced by Fridge, then that would be pretty realistic. Because I'm mad at Michael for calling me a noob, so I would attack him and then he would defeat me because that's what this says. However, my Minecraft skin, unrealistic. I'm suing the brain seal. And Yellow Guy fatally injures himself on debris. This means that there's 3 left. One of them being Michael, who I'm betting on for this game, so. Anyways, Pepsi cries himself to sleep, and Michael destroys Winter's supplies while she is asleep. Michael discovers a cave, and Winter chases Pepsi, but no one died. However, it's almost over. Winter lets Michael into her shelter, and Pepsi is woken by a nightmare. Michael injures himself. Pepsi is possessed by the ghost of Obi-Wan Kenobi and travels to higher ground. Winter attempts to climb a tree, but falls to her death. And there's Pepsi versus Michael, but Pepsi has the high ground. But Pepsi underestimated Michael's power, and Michael stabs Pepsi while his back is turned, making Michael the winner. Which means I can put him in the thumbnail in the finale, and this thumbnail. He also tied with Doc. Okay, I'm back. And we can do the second one. I went through all of it. I am not going to say who I think is going to win, because I know who's going to win. And I don't want to spoil anything, because now, after the last game, you know that I'm just going to say whoever the winner is. So, anyways, I know who wins, and I am excited to show you this. So let's proceed. Anyways, Michael and Colt both run away from the cornucopia. Coke grabs a sword. Jacob finds a bag full of explosives. Winter and Yellow Guy start fighting a bag. No. Winter and Yellow Guy fight for a bag. Winter gives up and retreats. Nero gathers as much food as he can. Leia stays at the cornucopia for resources. Hugh Jackman strangles Iberian Peninsula after engaging in a fist fight. Dog runs away from the cornucopia. My Minecraft skin runs away from the cornucopia. Cassian breaks Obi-Wan's nose for a basket of bread. Zittel rips a mace out of Axo's hands. Harry finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. Gihung finds a bag full of bow and arrows and a quiver. It said finds a bag full of them, full of a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. Totally. That's totally what it said. Doc runs away from the cornucopia. Pepsi runs away from the cornucopia. Chess Queens also runs away from the cornucopia. Red Island takes a spear from inside the cornucopia. Nothing grabs a sword. Alex Brightman takes a handful of throwing knives. Poke collects fruit from a tree. Harry receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Zitto attempts to climb a tree, but falls to his death. Jacob makes a slingshot. Tom searches for a water source. Roy and Axel work together for the day. Red Island tries to sleep through the entire day. Cassian receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Hugh Jackman diverts Nothing's attention and runs away. Obi-Wan attacks Michael, but he manages to escape. Alex Brightman constructs a shack. Pepsi receives hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Gihung stalks Yellow Guy. Colt, Chess Queens, Neo, and Doc forming an alliance. This is the alliance, the first alliance in this one. And the first thing is raid Winter's camp while she is hunting. I guess that these 4 are going to be the villains of this round. My Minecraft skin receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Iberian Peninsula and Zitorda. Actually, who has kills at the moment? Anyone? Hugh Jackman has 1 kill. Anyways, Obi-Wan tries to sing himself to sleep. Cloak thinks about home. Ki-Hung and Chess Queens tell stories about themselves to each other. My Minecraft Really, the bad really decided to die now? No. My Minecraft skin cooks his food before putting his fire out. Harry starts a fire. Michael, Neo, Alex, Brightman, Cassie, and Court sleep in shifts. Weren't two of these in the same alliance? Wait, let me go back. Actually, no, I don't think any of them were. Oh wait, Colt and Neo are both there, so yeah. Tom cooks his food before putting his fire out. Hugh Jackman quietly hums. It was Neo, Court, Doc, and who else again? And Chess Queens. That's the alliance. Okay, sorry, I need to remember for my story that I'm making for this one. Tom cooks his food before putting his fire out. Hugh Jackman quietly hums. Axel, Leia, and Nothing cheerfully sing songs together. Yellow Guy tends to Pepsi's wounds. Winter dies from thirst. Rest in peace, Winter. Red Island starts a fire. Doc and Jacob run into each other and decide to choose for the night. Harry searches for firewood. Gi-hun and Michael split up to search for resources. Alex Brightman overhears Castian and Jacob talking in the distance. Colt makes a slingshot. My Minecraft skin searches for a water source. Obi-Wan thinks about home. Yellow Guy tries to sleep for the entire day. Tom diverts Leia's attention and runs away. Hugh Jackman collects fruit from a tree. Nothing hunts for the tributes. Axo, Coke, Neo, Pepsi, and Red Island hunt for the tributes. Doc collects fruit from a tree. And Queens questions her sanity. Winter is dead, rest in peace. Nero plays source filmmaker. Did I just say Nero instead of Namor? I'm stupid. Anyways, Michael questions his sanity. Tom is woken by nightmares. Nero receives explosive from an unknown sponsor. Red Island, Gi-hun, Chess Queens, and Obi-Wan sleep in shifts. Leia tends to her wounds. Pepsi ends Alex Brightman's wounds. Cassian tries to sing himself to sleep. I cannot read. This thing is not working. You know what? Next episode, I'm just going to do it normally because reading all of it first time is not helping at all. Colt passes out from exhaustion. Hugh Jackman starts a fire. Coke thinks about home. My Minecraft is woken by nightmares. Nothing stays awake all night. Jacob, Harry, and Doc cheerfully sing songs together. Axel convinces Yellow Guys. This is the least realistic thing ever. These two hate each other more than anyone else here. Well, Axel hates Yellow Guy. Yellow Guy has no idea who Axel is. But these two hate each other more than Coke and Pepsi hate each other. More than Michael and everyone else here hates it. More than what other rivalries are there here? I think that's kind of it. More than Fridge and Microwave hate each other. That's how much Axel hates Yellow Guy. Alex Brightman searches for a water source. Michael fishes. My Minecraft skin sprains his ankle while running away from Cassian. Yellow Guy receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Gi-hun receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Tom constructs a shack. Nothing tries to fish with a trident. Leia defeats Harry in a fight but spares his life. Nero steals from Doc while he is looking. Jacob collects fruit from a tree. Axel receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Obi-Wan receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Cole receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Hugh Jackman tends to Coke's wounds. So I guess Hugh Jackman is a Coke fan and not a Pepsi fan. Test Queens diverts Pepsi's attention and runs away, and Red Island tries to sleep for the entire day. No one died. Tom cries himself to sleep. Neo sets up camp for the night. Nothing receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Harry tries to sing himself to sleep. Cassian tries to treat his infection. Hugh Jackman and Yellow Guy sleep in shifts. Michael, Red Island, and Gi-hun sleep in shifts. Axo tends to her wounds. Doc stays awake all night. Jacob, Colt, Coke, Ask Queens, and my Minecraft skin sleep in shifts. Obi-Wan sets up camp for the night. Pepsi sets up camp for the night. Alex Brightman sees a fire but stays hidden. Leia loses sight of where she is. All of these 5 hunt for the tributes. Hugh Jackman springs his ankle while running away from Cassian. My mind Cassian injures himself. Chess Queen scares Colt off. These two are in alliance as the law that was mentioned earlier, so this is probably a mistake. Anyways, Obi-Wan receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Nero camouflages himself in the bushes. Coke searches for a water source. Doc and Red Island work together for the day. Tom explores the arena. Nothing in Axel hunt for the tributes. Yell Guy defeats Michael in a fight but spares his life, and Gi-hung searches for a water source. There is also no deaths. There's only 1, 2, 3 dead so far, and it is like tributes. It is now night 4. Chess Queen stays awake all night. Pepsi tends to Coke wounds. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Pepsi and Coke stopped hating each other, now are in love. Enemies to lovers. That is the lore between Pepsi and Coke in this game. Harry tends to his wounds. Yell Guy receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Doc and Red Island tell stories about themselves to each other. Neo, Leia, and Hugh Jackman discuss the games what might happen in the morning. Axel fends Colt, Cassian, and Jacob away from her fire. Tom fends Nothing, Michael, and Gi-hung away from his fire. My Mike Cassian starts a fire. Obi-Wan thinks about winning, and Alex Bateman questions his sanity. Obi-Wan, my Mike Cassian, my phone just fell on the ground. Obi-Wan, my Mike Cassian, and Tom hunt for the tributes. Gi-hun discovers a cave. Hugh Jackman diverts Axel's attention and runs away. Colt explores the arena. Chess Queens travels to higher ground. Obi-Wan would be proud. Neo and Cassian hunt for the tributes. Jacob bashes Harry's head with a mace. Doc discovers a river. Coke thinks about home. Leia attacks Michael but he manages to escape. Yellow diverts Pepsi's attention and runs away. Nothing receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Red Island discovers a cave. And Alex Bateman searches for firewood. Harry is dead. Rest in peace, Harry. Chess Queens and Gi-hun hunt for the tributes. Leia, Alex Bateman, Michael, Pepsi, and Tom sleep in shifts. Coke begs for Neo to kill him. He refuses, keeping Coke alive. Red Island stays awake all night. Colt loses sight of where he is. Yoga and Obi-Wan sleep in shifts. These 4 tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. My Minecraft stays awake all night. Actually, get these 3 because Nothing is one of them, so that means it's only 3. Axel sees a fire but stays hidden. Cassian cries himself to sleep. And proceeds. Pepsi and my Minecraft hunt for the tributes. Yogai diverts Obi-Wan's attention and runs away. So is my Minecraft just like holding a can of Pepsi, just drinking it while hunting for other tributes? Or is like the Pepsi poison and he's going to give it to like another tribute, they're going to drink it and then die? Is that what's going to happen? Which one do you think it is? Tell me in the comments down below. Do you think that I'm drinking the Pepsi while I hunt for the other tributes? Do you think that my Minecraft poisoned the Pepsi and is going to give it to the other tribute? Jacob is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Cassian stabs Axel with a tree branch. Michael sprains his ankle while running away from Tom. Red Island cannot handle the circumstances and commits suicide. Alex Whiteman, Nothing, Coke, and Hugh Jackman raid Colt's camp while he is hunting. Chess Queens practices archery. Gi-hung sprains his ankle while running away from Nero. Leia camouflages herself in the bushes. And Tom discovers a cave. Axel and Red Island are dead. Tom tries to sink himself to sleep. Alex Bateman and Colt sleep in shifts. Doc receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Coke and Hugh Jackman tell stories about themselves to each other. Cassian thinks about home. My Minecraft lets Michael into his shelter. Now that's more realistic than what happened last game. Chess Queens starts a fire. Obi-Wan is unable to start a fire and sleeps at warmth. Leia tends to Pepsi's wounds. Neo kills Yellow Guy for his surprise. Axel would be happy if she was still alive, but she died last in the daytime, day 6. Jacob sets up camp for the night so he can play Steam, and Gi-hung and Nothing sleep in shifts. Gi-hung steals from Nia while he isn't looking. Thomas uses medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Nothing diverts Alex Brightman's attention and runs away. Pepsi discovers a river. Coke stalks Hugh Jackman. Doc hunts for other tributes. Obi-Wan receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Michael receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Chess Queens runs away from Jacob. Apparently Chess Queens and Jacob, so the story here is they are both playing Dead by Daylight. Jacob is the killer and Chess Queens is a survivor, and that's why Chess Queens is going away. Leia constructs a shack. My Minecraft skin runs away from Cassian, and Colt picks flowers. Yellow Guy is dead. Yellow Guy is now with Axel in the afterlife, where they will continue to hate each other. Or Axel will continue to hate the Yellow Guy, at least. Anyways, Leia stays awake all night. Coke and Pepsi sleep in shifts. My Minecraft skin receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Obi-Wan receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Neo, Gi-hun, and Michael discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Colt begs for his ally Chess Queens to kill him, but Chess Queens refuses, keeping her ally Colt alive. Doc sees a fire but stays hidden. Jacob climbs a tree to rest. Nothing, Alex Brightman and Hugh Jackman cheerfully sing songs together. Cassian and Tom sleep in shifts. Nothing searches for a water source. There is absolutely nothing searching for a water source. I am willing to bet that later on day 8, when I scroll down, there'll be someone actually searching for a water source, because whenever Nothing does something, it seems like someone else is also doing that, which makes it so it makes no sense, because how can Nothing be doing it if someone is doing it? Anyways, Pepsi makes a wooden spear. Alex Brightman and Tom split it up to search for resources. Doc hunts for the tributes. Cassian, Nero, Michael, and Chess Queens hunt for the tributes. Nero and Chess Queens are in an alliance together. Also, somehow everyone in that alliance is still alive on day 8. My Minecraft skin searches for a water source. Leia thinks about home. Hugh Jackman constructs a shack. Gi-hung stalks Jacob, and Colt is pricked by thorns while picking berries. And Coke thinks about home, and Obi-Wan collects fruit from a tree. Also, I said that was the villains, but only one of them has a kill. Anyway, the only villain thing they did was, raid, Winter's, base. Alex Brightman is unable to start a fire and sleeps at warmth. My Minecraft skin loses sight of where he is. Obi-Wan receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Cassian starts a fire. These 5 sleep in shifts. 2 of them are in alliance together. Hugh Jackman cooks his food before putting his fire out. Pepsi passes out from exhaustion. Chess Queens receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Colt thinks about winning. Coke receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Nothing attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Tom cries himself to sleep, and Michael receives an medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Chess Queens discovers a cave. Cassian begs for Gi-hung to kill him. He refuses, keeping Cassian alive. Obi-Wan springs his ankle while running away from Nero. Colt steals from Alex Brightman while he isn't looking. Doc and Michael hunt for other tributes. Leia runs away from Nothing. Leia's just running. There's nothing chasing her. She's just running. She's just getting her exercise for the day. My Minecraft skin, Hugh Jackman, and Coke hunt for the tributes. Tom attacks Jacob but manages to escape. And Pepsi picks flowers. Jacob might have managed to escape, but Tom made his computer that he was using to play Dead by Daylight and other Steam games fly away. Anyways, no one died though. Neo looks at the night sky. Michael tends to Chess Queen's wounds. Pepsi cooks his food before putting his fire out. My Minecraft skin and Tom talk about the tribute still alive. Colt stays awake all night. Isn't there like, oh yeah, there's a lot alive. Like most of them are still alive. Is there an arena event anywhere? Is there no arena event? There's no arena events this game. I am just realizing that. Anyways, what was I? Colt stays awake all night. Obi-Wan climbs a tree last. Nothing kills Alex Brightman with a sickle. Alex Pikeman just randomly died. Like, a sickle just showed up and killed him randomly. It's very sad. But nothing was using that sickle. The sickle just attacked him randomly. Leia attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. Jacob cannot handle the circumstances and commits suicide. He cannot live without his computer because Tom made it fly away. Hugh Jackman receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Cassian tries to sing himself to sleep. Coke starts a fire. Gi-hung quietly hums. And Doc climbs a tree last. Day 10. Nothing begs for Hugh Jackman to kill him. He refuses, keeping nothing alive. Colt tracks down and kills Cassian. Leia overpowers my Minecraft skin, killing him. Rest in peace, best Minecraft skin ever. You are not making it into the finale. But your time in this series was amazing. Also, I just realized the next episode of the finale, so we're going to get to see people from the very beginning, like Morgan and Jay and whoever won episode 2. I need to go back and watch the previous episodes to see who all won. Who was it that won episode 2 again? Can I remember? I think Ghost Claw was one. I know he won one of the early episodes. I think it was episode 2. It might have been episode 3. It was one of those two. Who else won episode 2, though? Oh, I'm pretty sure Decon was the other winner of episode 2. I'm pretty sure it was Decon and Ghost Claw who won episode 2. Anyways, I'll find out after this. Anyways, Doc receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Pepsi attacks Coke. No, their love is broken up as their hatred for each other is remembered. Pepsi attacks Coke but manages to escape. It was so sweet their love, but now they're angry at each other again. Anyways, Gi-hung defeats Chess Queens in a fight that spares her life. Tom searches for firewood. Neo and Michael work together for the day. And Obi-Wan dies from an infection. 5 just died. There's like very few dying before this, and then 5 just die. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Half of them are still alive. And I think we're like a little over halfway, so there's probably going to be a few more deaths every day. Anyways, nothing receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. So no one is getting any fresh food from an unknown sponsor today. Tom starts a fire. Hugh Jackman stays awake all night. Coke starts a fire. Chess Queens tends to her wounds. Doc questions his sanity. Pepsi sets up camp for the night. Neo receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Colt, Michael, and Gi-hung discuss the games what might happen in the morning. Also, Colt, Neo, Chess Queens, and Doc are all still alive. The Alliance. Leia cooks her food before putting her fire out. Also, I don't think they've all interacted since then, but they're still in the Alliance. They're interacting between the events of the day because they're probably doing more than just one thing. Like, I'm assuming that there's more happening than just. I'm pretty sure Tom is doing more than just attacking Coke, but Coke manages to escape. Unless that happened all day of just that fight happening, and in the end, Coke escaped. If that happened just all day, probably not. So there's probably more happening than just what we see. Colt overhears Pepsi and Michael talking in a distance. Now, Leia exploring the arena, that's probably happening like throughout the entire day. But Hugh Jackman begging for Neo to kill him, he refuses, keeping Hugh Jackman alive. That probably was just like a short amount of the day, like 30 minutes is probably what the amount of day that took up. And Gi-hung bleeds out due to untreated injuries. Chess Queens runs away from Doc. I'm assuming this is the same thing that happened with Chess Queens and Colt, why Chess Queens accidentally scared Colt, so Colt scared away. Now Doc accidentally scared Chess Queens and they run away. Nothing collects fruit from a tree. No one is getting any fruit, but Gi-hung is dead. Doc climbs a tree last. Also, anyone who dies in this game, like, that is their, like, chance to get to the finale over, because this is the last round. So, sorry to anyone who has died so far. You're not making it to the finale. In fact, most of these people do not have a good chance of making it to the finale, because only one of them can win. The only one who of the people in this round who is guaranteed is Michael since he won the last round. But anyways, Doc climbs a tree last. Michael cooks his food before putting his fire out. Hugh Jackman, Leia, and Coke cheerfully sing songs together. Colt catches Nero off guard, kills him. Colt betrays the Alliance and kills Nero. Pepsi receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Tom tries to sing himself to sleep, and Nothing destroys Chess Queen's supplies while she is asleep. Pepsi fishes. Doc, Hugh Jackman, and Chess Queens hunt for their tributes. Coke picks flowers. Colt, Michael, Nothing, and Tom. So Colt makes a new lines with Michael, Nothing, and Tom. So I guess just Michael and Tom. And they decide to raid Leia's camp while she is hunting. But Nero is dead. And Doc and Chess Queens are probably very mad about that. Pepsi and Chess Queen sleep in shifts. Nothing and Colt hold hands. Michael questions his sanity. Coke and Hugh Jackman run into each other and decide to choose for the night. Tom loses sight of where he is. Doc receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor, and Leia passes out from exhaustion. Nothing stalks Tom. Colt, Chess Queens, Leia, Michael, and Pepsi hunt for their tributes. Coke sprains his ankle while running away from Hugh Jackman, and Doc tries to sleep through the entire day. Wait. Colt and Chess Queens are in an alliance together again? Huh? That what can you get? Huh? Chess Queens was just like, yeah, I never really liked Nero. We can still be allies. So Chess Queens also has betrayed Doc now. What is Doc going to do about both of his allies betraying him? Let's see. Or maybe, Doc and Chess Queens don't know that it was, or at least Chess Queens doesn't know it was Colt that killed Nero. I think that's that's the story that I'm going with. Colt killed Nero, but none of the others knew. Or maybe Doc figured it out, but Chess Queens has not figured it out yet. And Colt is tricking Chess Queens. All that Chess Queens know is that Nero died. Leia and Michael and Tom discuss things what might happen in the morning. Coke silently snaps Pepsi's neck. Their love. Why did they have to go back to enemies? I thought it was enemies to lovers, but it was enemies to lovers. Back to enemies. Chess Queen sets up camp for the night, and Hugh Jackman begs Doc to kill him. He refuses, keeping Hugh Jackman alive. The feast. Leia ambushes Michael and kills him. Colt decides not to go to the feast, knowing that, worried, or at least worried, maybe, I don't know if Doc's gonna be there now. Oh, I know, because I read through all of this, but I'm not spoiling, actually, I'll just show you. He also does not go to the feast. But anyways, Colt does not go to the feast because, he was worried that Doc knows, but Chess Queens probably knows by now. But anyways, Nothing, Chess Queens, and Coke confront each other, but grab what they want to avoid conflict. Tom decides not to go to the feast. Hugh Jackman decides not to go to the feast, and Doc decides not to go to the feast. Oh no, Colt and Doc are allies again. Doc was like, you know what? It turned out Doc also did not know about Colt killing Nero. Maybe he did, but they decided to put it again, but decided to put it past it. I don't know. Maybe Chess Queens, Colt, and Doc were all planning to kill Nero that entire time. That is actually a good story because that makes them the villains again, like I said at the very beginning. Speaking of which, Chess Queen shoots an arrow at Tom, but misses and kills Nothing instead. And Leia kills Hugh Jackman as he tries to run away. Leia is just killing everyone now. First Michael, and now Hugh Jackman. And Coke dies from dysentery. Pepsi, Michael, Nothing, Hugh Jackman, and Coke are dead. Tom begs for Leia to kill him. She refuses, keeping Tom alive. Doc questions his sanity. Doc feels guilt about helping Chess Queens and Colt kill Nero. Chess Queens thinks about home. Colt thinks about home. Chess Queens searches for firewood. Tom receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Doc sees an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Colt shoots a poisonous blow dart into Leia's neck, slowly killing her. We have 4 left now. Doc, Colt, Tom, and Chess Queens. Only one of them can make it to the final. Who do you think is going to be? Doc receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Colt passes out from exhaustion. Tom is possessed by Styx, falls into a pit, and dies. Chess Queens tries to sink herself to sleep. Colt picks flowers. After killing multiple people, Colt just picks some flowers. Doc makes a slingshot. You see, Doc has decided that he needs to kill Colt and Chess Queens for because of the plan to kill Nero. Doc feels guilt now as he's going to avenge Nero. However, Chess Queens Styx avenges Nero as Styx possesses Chess Queens and makes them fall into a frozen lake and drowned. This is the last proceed. Colt dies from an infection. This infection was actually done by Doc. He shot Colt with the slingshot. It cut him, and then the cut got infected and killed Colt. And this means that the winner and the 24th person in the finale is Doc from District 1. This series originally started with Doc and the people in his Discord server being put into this, and it branched out into fictional characters, memes, actors, the Iberian Peninsula, Discord bots, Coke and Pepsi. It branched out into all of those being put into here, but it would never have happened without Doc making a Discord server and also a YouTube channel. And that is why it is fitting for Doc to be the final person making it to the finale. Meaning that Doc and Michael are the only two people in every episode of this because they were the winner. They were both from the very first episode, and they both won the second to last episode, which means they're both going to be in the finale, and they were in every episode before it. Anyways, Colt and Leia got the most amount of kills, and I will see you very soon in the finale of this series. Until then, goodbye.